Welcome to Conversations with Tom Shorkey. Conversations explores the past, the present, and the future of the communities in which we live through the eyes of interesting individuals. Now let's join our host, Tom Shorkey.
Welcome to Conversations. I'm Tom Shorkey, your host for today's program. Conversations is designed to explore the past, present, and the future of our communities through the insight and the eyes of individuals who have contributed greatly to the quality of life that we all enjoy in our area. Today's guest with us is Bob Beith, the manager of the Pine Shores Golf Course. Welcome, Bob.
Well, thanks. Nice to be here.
I'm glad you're with us. Pine Shores, most everybody has a rough idea where it is. It's in the city limits of St. Clair. It's on a peninsula surrounded by the Pine River, so I think all but two of the holes have some type of river access. But how large is Pine Shores and how long has it been around?
It's 40 acres and it's been around for 85 years.
How many rounds of golf a year do people play at Pine Shores?
We base everything we do on 20,000 rounds a year.
And what difference does it make if it's 10,000 rounds or 20,000 rounds?
Well, the tee surfaces are the main thing. They have to be big enough to, we can move the tees around and keep the players moved around so we can keep the turf in nice shape.
Now, a lot of compliments about the greens. Why, with a municipal course with 15 to 20,000 rounds of golf, how can you have such nice greens consistently year-round? What's the secret at Pine Shores?
Well, we work hard. You know, we're out there every day. We're doing what we need to do. We have a strict core aerification program. We do cut our greens a little bit taller than normal, so that gives them a chance to really live where a lot of courses, they sand so much and they cut so short that their greens, the turf on the greens, they're on the verge of death all the time. One sunny day, one way or another, and it could be a disaster. But we let ours live, and by doing that, you know, they're healthier, they're easier to get through the summer, through the hot months, and we're out there all the time taking care of them.
How often do you need to fertilize a green?
Every 2 weeks. We do what's called spoon fertilizing. And every 2 weeks I'm out there spraying them with different things, chemicals to prevent disease and different kinds of fertilizers. Some fertilizers are to grow for plant growth, some are for root growth, and work real close with our fertilizer man, and he guides me into keeping that all balanced out just right. And
don't you have to be a licensed or a certified person to apply fertilizers in public areas?
Yep.
Is that you?
Yep, that's me. The state, a few years ago, the state mandated that everybody have an applicator license that's doing that kind of stuff. So.
What kind of grass on the greens?
Ours is a mix between POA and bent grass, and we're encouraging more bent grass just because it's better for the play, and trying to work the POA out, but it's pretty hardy stuff. It's hard to get rid of.
It's good to be hardy. What about fairways, tee boxes, and the rest of the grass?
The fairways and tee boxes they're mostly Kentucky blue, and there's some fescue mixed in with them, and that's a real good mix. It can get some disease, but it bounces back really good on its own. You know, it really cuts down on the amount of spraying and that you need to do. It's good for the budget.
Is your biggest concern disease, like we've seen a lot of courses, greens will get a certain kind of disease, or is it like pest? Is it grubs, moles, insects? What's the big issue?
The grubs have really been the biggest pest I've had to deal with, because they bring in the moles, and they bring in the raccoons and skunks, which can devastate the course overnight. we've had it so bad. I've had a crew of 3-4 guys working for hours just to fix the course in one night over the damage that was done in one night.
Really?
Yeah, so keeping the grubs out of the picture, that helps all the way around.
What about seeing you're on the peninsula and you're surrounded by the Pine River? I mean, does that help keep pests away, or do they swim?
They swim, and the moles, they travel by water. Whenever you find the moles, you'll find the trail comes right from the water and comes up onto the land. So I try to get on them right away and keep them back.
What kind of morning routine? What time do you show up, and what do you go looking for?
I show up, it's dark when I get there. I do my rounds, I go through the course and kind of plan out the day for the guys, see what needs to be. We have a schedule, but a lot of times, things need to be done outside the schedule, and I'll see maybe something on the schedule doesn't need to be done that day, but something else does, so I can rearrange it. I can have all my ducks in a row before the guys come into work in the morning.
You essentially have 40 acres of lawn to take care of, and we see all our constituents out in our Channel 6 viewing area, and people spend 2-3 hours just on their own lot, trimming and mowing and doing all the other kinds of things. How much manpower does it take to keep 40 acres trimmed, greens, tees, fairways, and other areas?
Well, we've got 3 retirees, and one fellow works 3 days a week, another fellow works a different 3 days a week, and one fellow works 5 days a week, and then I'm usually out there 7 days a week. And then we hire a couple of college guys to help us out with some of the stuff like line trimming and that for the summer.
Would it be safe to say those 3 retirees that you have out there are people who are familiar with equipment or mowers or tractors?
Oh yeah, they're great guys. They've all done their careers successfully. They've been done their jobs really well. They've got that real good mindset, how to be a quality worker, and they do a great job. Everywhere's from, equipment operating to just with the way they go about their business. They see a job that needs doing. They don't worry if it's their job or not. They just do it. And then it just all works very smooth the way we have it.
How about your equipment? I mean, obviously you must have some big machines, tractors, mowers, etc. I mean, are they constantly need repair, or do you upgrade them on a regular basis? Well, how do you handle the equipment part of this?
We're upgrading on a regular basis now. We had to get some bills paid off, or we had the flexibility of being able to start spending money on equipment, and we're working towards a rotation of equipment. We had an issue where everything just seemed to be wore out all at once. It was all bought new at once. It was all wore out at once. So we're getting a rotation going where we'll always be buying equipment, but in that kind of a business, you should always be buying equipment, but we won't be spending so much money on repairs. We'll have a good flow of equipment going from here on out.
What's your background? You've been there 5 years. What in life prepared you to do what you're doing right now?
I think growing up on a farm was the main thing. I've done a lot of different things in my life, but growing up on a farm, that kind of prepared me for everything. My dad made sure that we didn't need other people to do things for us. We knew how to do mechanic work, we knew how to do carpenter work, and we sure knew how to work hard.
Well, it's good. And being able to fix your own equipment probably is a money saver.
Yeah, it sure is, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your clubhouse there, banquet facilities. What kind of activities happen?
We have a wide range of stuff. We cater to some of the smaller weddings. We're not big enough to get into the big weddings, but we do a lot of everything: retirement parties, birthday parties. We do a lot of showers, baby showers and wedding showers and that. We have the senior citizens eat lunch there every day. Jan Kultz, she does yoga there almost every day. There's just, that building is very busy.
So it doesn't just when the cold weather gets in and the die-hard golfers finally give it up for the season, you still have a lot of action going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff goes on.
During the season, what's the big money maker for you? Or what's the biggest day of the week for you?
Fridays.
Why Fridays?
We do 2-for-1 on Friday, and that's just a real good seller. People come in from all over. We're really surprised on how we'll find out we drove from Sterling Heights because it's 2-for-1 Friday, and we've heard your course is so nice. From Romeo, we have people that come in from Romeo, and we're really spreading out. The word about Pine Shores is spreading out, and people are traveling to come to our little 9-hole course.
Well, that's interesting. Now, and your clubhouse or your parking area is right across from the boat harbor, and then on number 4 and 5 holes, I think it's River Bend Marina there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Any boaters showing up with golf clubs?
Oh yeah, the St. Clair Boat Harbor, they have a free shuttle, so we get quite a few people. They'll dock their boat at the harbor, and then they'll shuttle them over with their golf clubs and play around the golf.
In your 5 years, what's the biggest major project that maybe's been accomplished over there?
Probably the drains on the course. A lot of them were lost over time. They weren't maintained. They weren't working at all. And we had a lot of trouble in the beginning with flooding in different areas, and nothing was mapped, so everything had to be rediscovered and opened up, inlets, outlets. It was a big job. It took a couple of years to really get it under control, but as I found things, I mapped it, and then now it's there forever.
So what's the next big project?
It will probably be the new irrigation system. We're having just a ton of repairs on our irrigation system, and that's probably going to be the next have-to-do thing. If I could hope for something, it would be I would like to put an addition on the clubhouse so we could handle weddings and bigger events.
Now, one of the biggest course expenses for courses around the state is the water bill. Is that an issue for Pine Shores?
No, we're lucky in the fact that we can pump right out of the Pine River. Pine River supplies us with all the water we need, so it's just a matter of gauging on how much we need and setting everything up so it works.
Well, let me recap some of the things that I think I heard here about this little gem inside the city limits. It's in excellent condition. You play 15 to 20,000 rounds of golf. You have a 2-for-1 on Friday. You do it all with 3 retired fellas that alternate their schedules and help fix the equipment as well as yourself. You have banquets, showers. You feed senior citizens every day of the week. It just sounds like an amazing asset for our community. What would you, if you could tell the listeners at home 1 or 2 things that you think are most important about Pine Shores, what would some of those things be?
Probably that at one time Pine Shores had a kind of reputation of being run down, and it had a bad rap at one time. They called it an old duffer's course, and if people would just come out and see, it's a family atmosphere. We have a driving cage. We have our practice for pitching and putting, our practice greens, And those don't cost a thing, so if you just want to come out, hang out, and polish your game, you're welcome to do that. It's more of an inviting family atmosphere now, where people come and they enjoy to come out and spend the day, and my crew there does a great job of making everybody feel like they're friends, you know.
Is there a youth program that goes on?
Yeah, right when school gets out, we start a youth clinics, and it's run by Dick Groff and Stephanie Smith. They run it, and it is the teachers are all the pros in the area from all the other courses. They come, and a different pro will pick what days he can do it. It's on Monday mornings, and you can get your kids signed up. There's usually a waiting list. We fill up really fast, and the first year we had it went over really big. The second year we doubled its size, and we still had people wanting. So, you know, I think we've probably pushed our pros as far as we can, but they donate their time, and it's a great thing. Everybody wants to get the kids involved in golf, and then the parents are realizing that it's something. It's not real expensive to get the kids involved in it, and it's something they can do for their whole life. You know, we've got fellas out there in their 80s, and they're still golfing 2-3 days a week.
I think it's interesting that you mentioned the economics of it, the youth and seniors. It's a challenging enough course for adults, but whether you're a teen or a young family member, number of women golfers are out there, number of senior citizens, a number of leagues. And I've heard that you are one of the most economical golf courses as far as green fees and cart fees. And then you're 2 for 1 Friday on top of it.
Yeah, it's a bargain all the way around.
Well, I don't think you're going to be a well-kept secret anymore, Bob. Thanks for being our guest today on Conversations. I hope for our audience at home this has been worthwhile. You've learned a little bit about our community. And whether you ever pick up a golf club or not, you now know that at Pine Shores they have facilities for banquets, weddings, showers, birthdays, any kind of event. We didn't talk about the price. I'm not sure what they are, but I'm sure if it's as economical as golf, it's probably great for your family. I understand some people have Thanksgiving dinners or Christmas dinners or family reunions. So Pine Shores, easy to find, right on Fred Moore Highway in the city of St. Clair, surrounded by the Pine River. And I really appreciate Bob being with us today on Conversations. And we will welcome our community to take advantage of the resources that are available within the city of St. Clair. Thank you very much.
You've been watching Conversations with Tom Shorkey. Conversations explores the past, the present, and the future of the communities in which we live through the eyes of interesting individuals. If you have an idea for a future conversation, please contact us at www.watchctv.org. Thanks for watching Conversations with Tom Shorkey.